Start in a couple of minutes.
Ow! Face it.
Here, here's your bowling pin. Your bowling pin. Okay. Let me just check. Let's check my stuff, and then I'll check it. Yeah, hopefully it's working. Yeah, it's working. Good. Alright. Yeah, we're going to do the face cam again. Hopefully I've figured out a way to do it a lot easier now. Okay. Alright. You're going to see me down here, or right here. I don't know why it's there, but we're going to... Hopefully it's just going to have to stay there. Because I don't know how to get rid of it. So we're just going to do it this way. I was just hoping that this right here is the big one you see. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of the one on the left. But I'm most likely going to be doing it right in front of you guys. When you see you in the middle of the screen, right in the middle of the screen, is where I would like. That's what I was hoping it would be, but I totally forgot about the left. But yeah, today we're going to be continuing our our unknown series about The Last of Us Part 2, because it's I think it's one of the most controversial things ever. I've made that claim so many times over the past couple of months, and it's not just a claim, it's literally true. It is so true that this game is just one of the most controversial games ever. I haven't played or even looked in a time where a game divided a fan base so smoothly and brutally. I've never seen that before. And this is where things get kind of convoluted and where people get confused. It's that this game doesn't suck. And I think the majority reason, one, people don't like it. And that's the reason why it's not, or why we see a major discount, if you could call it that. I'm obviously, I understand why people say this game sucked. I don't think it did. I think Naughty Dog had a primary vision of this game, and they delivered it. And people just don't like the vision that they had for the game, which is fine. I mean, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and you can do nothing but respect it. You can disagree with it, It kind of goes across the line where there's just a bunch of hate for an opinion, especially if it's about a video game. I mean, guys, we got to remember, yes, we love this game, but it's a video game. It's a video game. It's a video game. There's nothing else we can really say about it. It's just a video game, and that's all we can really say about it. But I wanted to just touch base on that. And if you hear my dog going nuts over here, he's probably going to start scratching at my door. So yeah, he might be scratching my door in a minute. So I might have to endure a couple of annoying noises and scratching at the door. But I wanted to talk about this because I saw this on a Google feed, if you could say. It was a Google feed. And the thing about Google sometimes is that it may not be a reliable source. So I just wanted to make it. You see him. Yeah, you can see him a little bit over there. But I just wanted to talk about this because it is something that comes up, and many people do have their own opinion, and many people believe that this game sucked, and that's why it's getting a major discount. And that's like one of Naughty Dog's ways to get people with the game. And I can definitely see. I haven't seen that, but I can definitely see it. If they can go to the extremes of literally going on Twitter and communicating with them and telling them that they wish they were dead, and all these death threats just pouring out, it's like if they're going to go to that extreme, they're definitely going to go to they're definitely going to go to this one. They're going to go to just criticizing, okay? And it's just complete criticism that is very intense and it's very hot. So it's definitely something that I kind of anticipated. Unfortunately, I've anticipated this moment. So I wanted to make the episode here just for one thing, and that is to talk about why I think it got a discount. And you see by the title, there are two possibilities to where I can come from. Either one, it sucked, okay, and I'm not an advocate of that. I never will be an advocate of that because I don't believe that it was a bad game. Obviously, I didn't agree with what happened to it. I thought it was really tragic, and it was pretty difficult for me to cope with throughout the entire game, especially when there was just so much confusion. There were people, one person died in the first part of the game who was very, very, very popular and beloved in the first game. And then you just go on this rampage of killing everybody, and then, when you finally get to the aquarium to supposedly fight Abby, she's not there, but her friends are there, and you understand why she's not there by playing her perspective for the rest of the game. And so it was very confusing, and it wasn't bad in a way of confusing. It was just I was having a hard time connecting the dots. I understand where they were going, but at the same time I didn't. I knew what they were doing. I knew they were trying to give you both perspectives, but I didn't know where they were going with this. And unfortunately, it went in a way that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to jumpstart from one place to another. Right after that kind of fight with Ellie, you can call it, it looked like a lot like when Ellie and David fought in the first game, which I'm pretty sure it's like a literal. It's where probably got the biggest inspiration was from the first game. After that happens, you jumpstart a year, and Ellie's making a life for herself with Dina and with JJ. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to play as Abby against Ellie. I did not expect that at all. But I didn't expect it at all. I didn't. And this game has a way of really just confusing you very fast. But in the same way, you know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly what they're doing. But at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen. And that's what I was like when I was just playing this game. Was I was sitting here and I'm like, man, this is weird. The way that they're going with this is just kind of weird a little bit. But I'm mostly, when it comes down to this discount, it obviously is a method of getting it into people's hands because it is a $60 game. So, or at least for now, or at least, for the since release, it's been out, and but here's the thing. Here's the thing where I differentiate with many people about this game, and that is this: is that the game didn't suck. It just people don't like it. That's why. That's what I think. That's why I think they're getting a discount. Is that it sucks so. If people think it sucks so much, that's why they're giving a discount. No, I don't think that's why they're doing it at all. I think they're doing it is to make it more accessible. To make it more accessible, and because there are players out there that most likely will like this game. You cannot watch someone play this game and appreciate it. You can't. There's no way that you can play a game this good and that's how you think it's going to go. No, there has to be something more. Okay, you have to sit down and experience this game, not just in its story, but also in its combat, its gameplay. That's when you'll learn to appreciate it. You cannot expect to look at it by spectating someone playing it. You have to experience this game for yourself, and then you can make your final deduction and your final conclusion and what you think about the game. If you thought it sucked, then you think it sucked. But if you are like me, you just think that people didn't like it. I think it was just extremely dark, and that's why people don't like it. And that's the world of The Last of Us. That's the world that they live in. It's a dark world where it's heroism and villainy are just it's like a smoke screen. It's not clear. It's very foggy, and so you can't really, I just think that's why people don't like it. It's that not that it sucks. It's just that people don't like it. They don't like it, and if Naughty Dog was going based upon fans' appreciation of the game as like their main motivator and influence of this game, then yes, they have done a terrible job at their game, because their entire stop that, you stop that. But stop that. What are you doing? Look at the camera, Mason. But yeah, I'm trying to remember where I was at before I got rudely interrupted. I think the majority of people would say that they can enjoy this game. You got to play it first. You got to play it first in its fullness. You cannot go off of something, someone played it the other day, and I watched them play it and I wasn't satisfied, I didn't appreciate it. Well, of course you didn't appreciate it, you didn't play the game. When you realize the detail of the game and the story, you realize a lot about the game and you appreciate it more. But back to the main point, I think it got the discount just to make it more accessible to people. Because obviously many people have heard rumors and they've heard everyone else's opinion about the game. And you know what they've done? They have literally thought in their mind, they're pretty much brainwashed into thinking this, that the game just sucks and that's it. Yet they have no idea what it's about. And even if they have watched someone play it, they haven't played it enough to understand. They kind of have a very closed mind, if you will. A very closed mind to which they won't even pick up the game anymore. They just won't pick it up. And I think that Sony might be... Here, you go get that. get it. I think that maybe Sony's being a little bit nice and trying to make it accessible. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's about money. It's about money, and unfortunately, that is the case. But I do also believe that probably their biggest motivator is that money. It's getting it into people's hands. But I also think that I would like to think that they want to make it accessible to people who've heard these rumors about The Last of Us Part 2 being a terrible game, but yet they haven't played it. They haven't played it over and over again. And I've talked to people who have played this game and they liked it, but they don't play it because it's too hard. It's a very traumatic thing to go through again, you know. So I definitely think that people have kind of I think people have kind of misunderstood and they've been told what to believe about the game. Oh no. No sir. No sir, you go lay back down. Go lay back down, bud. Lay back down. I'll just pet him right here. But yeah, I think people just have been told what to believe about it, and they're not even willing to pick it up and play it. And the thing is that if you don't like this game and you played it over and over, that's just not the game that you don't like. That's it. But I just think the biggest problem here is the people who say it sucks. They've either played it once and they hated it in the first 2 hours, 3 hours, obviously, of the obvious death that takes place in the beginning of the game. They obviously don't like it. But you have to give something. When I was going to make my honest review of this game, I did not want to do it when I was in an emotional place. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play this game, and I wanted to be open-minded to many things, you know. So yeah, I just think people need to understand that this game, it's a great game. It's just that people have a different definition of a great game, and they have different expectations. I had different expectations for this game. And one of the reasons why the Naughty Dog didn't... Look at that fish. I think one of the reasons Naughty Dog didn't release much to the public was because they couldn't really reveal anything in this game. If you reveal anything in this game, it would throw the towel in. It would just show off everything about the game. There were so many things they couldn't show you because it could possibly expose the entire game and tell you the game very easily. So, you know, I really do think that some people, they need to kind of get out of that emotional roller coaster that is in this game and just play it. And play it over and over again. Once again, this is not something that I'm demanding. I don't demand anything of anybody who watches this. But I do think that it is a... I think it's a misconception that say this game sucks and that be it, without actually playing it and giving it time to... And even being open to many views and what this game was actually made for. And what they were trying to give you. You know, I really do think that. I do not think that Neil Druckmann doesn't love these characters. I'm pretty sure he loves these characters more than anybody. There's no way that he can't. You know, he says it over and over again. He loves these characters more than anybody. And you got to take the man at his word, because what else does he really have? So I can't say that because I'm not him. I'm not really going to say that, oh yeah, he definitely loves these characters more than us. But I'm also not going to say that he does love these characters more than us, because I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the man. I just know that he's a... You know, I know he's a... Come on, buddy. You need to stop doing that. But, I definitely would most likely he cares deeply for these characters. And when he has decided with these characters, it's his decision. And that's when once again, he was not swayed by anybody else. He was not swayed by anything else. He was not swayed by fans. And he was making a product a piece of art that he himself loved and the rest of the development team liked. Okay? They enjoyed it. Okay? They liked it. And they were content with how it went and how it ended. And that's great, because not many people make something like this divisive and have come out and say, you know what, we made the game that we like. And I've said this before, in order for anyone else to love your work, create a game that they love. It would not be a great game if they themselves did not love it, if they didn't put themselves in it. If that was the case, then it wouldn't be The Last of Us Part 2. It wouldn't be a good game, because they didn't love it. They didn't have passion about it. They didn't believe that this is the game they wanted to give out. It's just something they did because they were swayed by the fans. And that's not good. A creator cannot be swayed by anything other than his love for this creative work, what he wants to happen. And if anyone else doesn't like it, well, not to be blunt, but that's their problem. That's just how life is sometimes with someone who creates something that is theirs. They have created it. They've created the characters. They've created the world. They've created the hype around it. They've done all these things. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, man. But once again, they are not swayed by fans. They are very, very content with what they've made. And I respect that more than anything. I respect that so much. Do yourself a favor, man. Play the game. Just play the game. Play it. There's really nothing else I can really say about to people that don't like the game. There's only one thing I can really tell you, and that's play the game. Play it again. Be open-minded. Be open to other possibilities and other ways of storytelling. There's many ways to tell a story, and not many people go the direction they did. They went down a very dark, traumatic, gloomy, and very bleak road to storytelling. Not many people do this. So that's what I just tell you guys. I'll tell you all the guys that are like that, just try. But if you really say, like, no, man, I hate the game, I can't stand it, then that's just your opinion. And I'm not trying to sway anyone, but I think that a lot of people, if they really just sat down and they could lay aside their hate and lay aside their intense, heated criticism, they can embrace this game and learn something about storytelling and about the game and about even the developers. Now, there's obviously other stuff that we could talk about that are controversial, obviously. The certain content that is surrounding relationships and, a bunch of other things that we could talk about. But I'm going to say that for someplace else. Hopefully you guys know who I am. I know we went over 100 subscribers, which I'm very happy that we've gotten that far. And if you're new here, you're going to be listening to it from a guy who loves this game. Okay, I love this game. I really, really, I love this game. I love it. I love this game. I'm passionate about it. But I'm a Christian first. And I have been criticized very much on my views on certain things in this game because of where I stand biblically in my worldview. My worldview is very biblical, and many people don't like it. And one of the reasons why is because I see it as truth. And so you kind of had to understand the standpoint that I have on stuff like the sexual-oriented relationships in the game. And one of the things that I tell people, I tell them that the way that I respond to stuff like that, it's not like that character Seth in the beginning of the game, okay? That is the worst thing ever. And most people who stand in this idea, who call themselves Christians and conservative even, and then they said stuff like that, it gives people like me a bad name. And I hate being, and I know this is not just me, but it's many other people. Many other people. Many different categories. But I hate I don't like the idea that since this person's bad and he was an advocate of this religion or this society or this ideology, that means everyone's like that. That right there is one of the reasons why I am so specific into how I view something, as much as something is like this. So how Seth reacted to Ellie and Dina kissing. This dog is insane. You just rip up stuff. But the way that he reacted and what he said, I would never say that to anybody. It does not matter what type of person you are. I will never say something like that. And if you think that every single person that is Christian, straight, and heterosexual is that way, man, don't buy into that. Don't buy into that, because it's just wrong. It's not true. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing much else I could say about that, because we're going to go over that probably in the future. Hopefully I don't have to go in it too deeply as I've done in this episode, but we're just going over just a couple of things about the discount and what I think about it, because that's the only thing you're going to get out of this, man. You're just going to get me talking about how I view it and, giving what I think. And that's the only thing you're going to gain from this is a point of view from me. He thinks he's slick. My dog thinks he's slick. He just grabs something from on the floor, out of my trash can. But yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. That's all I got for today. It's just that one topic, and yeah, that's just how I view it, because I honestly think that if we can just get past the ridiculousness of playing something once, and because you didn't like it, you won't give it a shot. And once again, some people just can't play it, and I'm not telling you have to, but I do think that many people would really benefit from doing this and playing it and having an open mind and really just seeing the possibilities of storytelling, because you might learn something. You might learn something. You might learn something about storytelling. You may learn about something about the characters. You may learn something about the developers. You may understand where they're coming from and find some type of closure. I'm not kidding. But yeah, guys, that's all that I have for today. Once again, I'm obviously working on my GED right now, so I don't have really much time to make the outline for the video, so I just come up here and I just start talking. That's why it may be a little bit more disorganized than my other videos. It is because I haven't been, I haven't had time. And so I do this at night because this is right before I go to bed. So I've been working very hard in getting it, because let me tell you right now, that so much stuff I got to do regarding it. And I am, when I start, because I go this Thursday to take the pretest to see where I'm at, and then we can go from there, and then I get my driver's license in October. So I'm really trying to get there, and I'm actually even thinking about getting into welding. My dad, my biological dad, he's a welder, and he's done some pretty good things too. I've seen some of the things he's done in his garage. So I have a somewhat plan, and not to mention the book I'm writing as well. So I have a few things that I'm doing right now, and so when we start getting up, and when I start getting back into it again with the GED pretest, and we're gonna start live streaming again with the face cam. I hope you guys are enjoying that. This thing cost a lot of money. It cost like $60 to get it. It was not easy to buy, and so I'm taking care of it. I'm also getting a PSVR in like around the 11th or the 15th. Hopefully I'll have it sooner, but who knows? Maybe sooner or later, or maybe it'll just be right in its before ordained timeline. But yeah, that's. I mean, there's really not much else I can really say about anything else. And yeah, I have where is it? Right here. Firewall 0 hour. I got the game, and it's a VR. I've gotten the aim controller. I've gotten the game. I got the PS, PlayStation camera, and the only thing I need is the PSVR and the things that come with it. So hopefully they'll come in due time. But until then, we might play some Last of Us Faction soon, and I'm really hoping that this coming Outbreak Day, they'll release something about the PlayStation, PlayStation, The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do for this, because it might go for PS5, and that's the case, then that's just going to be terrible, because I spent like a boatload of money just trying to get the PSVR, the PlayStation camera, the bundle for Firewall. I mean, I spent so much money trying to get this on my birthday. So, yeah. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully, if it is, hopefully it'll be coming out with PS4 as well. But, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's coming out. It's coming out as like their next project. Not their big title project, story linear project, but as their next project in general. It's most likely going to be the Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. And they're gonna explore their passion in that, and hopefully it's gonna be great. But anyways, guys, it's been good talking to you guys. And if you are somehow watching this in the future, tomorrow, even after I go off, know that it's okay if you guys don't get here, because these are not necessarily so I can interact with you guys. It's not what really this is for. It's a way for me just to post this video without doing much of editing. I don't have to do any editing, actually. So it's actually going to be good. The only thing I have to do is, go on YouTube Studios and, do the stuff I need to do for the video, tags, thumbnail, stuff like that. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribing. If you have any questions, concerns, anything you got, just put in the comment section. Be respectful and have some honor and dignity while you're doing this, okay? Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.